Alright, so we're going to change things this time around. Instead of usually going from the early prelims to the main card, I'm going to go from the main card all the way down to the early prelims. First, we have Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes. I'm going to go with Alexander Volkanovski. I think Diego Lopes is very good, and I think he's very dangerous, which is why I'm having trouble picking Volk here, but I'm still going to pick him because I think once Volk survives, he is going to have a full snowball effect, and he's just going to look amazing. Every strike is going to look immaculate. He's just going to hit that flow state and really start beating up on Lopes. And yeah, he's just going to look very good. Now, could Lopes slip Volk's jab and hit him with a bop and fold him like a pretzel? I mean, it could definitely happen. He has a very bad habit of leaving his chin up to the air all of the time. Like, that's what got him caught against Poirier. That's what's gotten him caught in his entire career. He leaves his chin open, especially against taller opponents, because is extremely dangerous, and Volk does have a bad habit, which is why in the first 2 rounds this is a very dangerous fight. But I still think once Volk starts seeing that Lopes is starting to slow down a little bit, and probably by like the middle to the end of the second round, he is going to start putting it on Lopes, and I think he might even get a stoppage in the late 4th or 5th round. So I'm going to go with Volk. Please win. I beg you, win. I need you to win, please. Yeah, Volk will be making history if he beats Lopes. Next, we have Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. I started with Michael Chandler, then I kind of thought about picking Pimblett, and now I'm moving back to Michael Chandler. I think Michael Chandler is, I don't know, I mean, I know he's kind of negative in the UFC, but look at who he's lost to, right? Let's look at this together. Look at this. He's lost to Oliveira, okay, that's not bad. Then has lost to Poirier, got submitted by Poirier, and then has lost to Gaethje. So Chandler has lost to Oliveira twice and Poirier and Gaethje. That is not bad at all. Paddy almost got beaten by Jared Gordon. Then again, look, Jared Gordon is okay, and Paddy Pimblett hurt his foot. I mean, Paddy has improved a little bit, and he has had 10 months to improve. To be fair to Paddy, I am giving him the benefit of the doubt. He does have good kicks, and he has extremely good grappling, but he's had years to improve now, and I don't know, I mean, maybe we'll see the chin go a few centimeters lower. I just don't think he's gonna look that much improved. I mean, he'll probably look improved, but not that much improved. And I think that Michael Chandler, who was able to survive 5 rounds of Charles Oliveira hunting submissions on him, by the way. Charles Oliveira was hunting for submissions on him. He was really trying to wrestle, and he's a better striker than Paddy Pimblett. Michael Chandler was able to survive and still have energy to rock Charles Oliveira and almost finish him. Yes, they were at the back of the head, but who cares? Almost finish Oliveira on the ground, and then still have enough energy to slam Chandler. I mean, to slam Oliveira while Oliveira's on his back, to just slam him multiple times. It's very impressive to do that. And I also wouldn't expect Chandler to survive all of those submission attempts from Charles Oliveira himself. So I know Paddy Pimblett could probably tie up Chandler. Michael Chandler is very stupid. Okay, he's very dumb. He makes some dumb decisions in 3-round fights, and yeah, he just doesn't, I don't know, he's just kind of goofy. But I really think Chandler could rock Paddy, especially if Paddy still has the same bad habit of leaving his chin up in the air. Next, we have Bryce Mitchell versus Gene Silva. I think Gene Silva in the first 2 rounds will be able to defend the takedowns, and even if he does get taken down, he'll be able to get back up. Yeah, I mean, Bryce Mitchell's a very good grappler. He's extremely good, but I think Gene Silva will probably drop it. I mean, I don't know. Bryce Mitchell could just hold down Gene Silva the entirety of the 3 rounds and just beat him in a lackluster fight. Bryce Mitchell's a good underdog pick. Like, I don't think Gene Silva should be this big of a favorite. So if you're a gambler, you should probably pick Bryce Mitchell, because that is a very good underdog pick, and Bryce Mitchell has a very solid chance of winning and turning Gene Silva into a pretzel. But I'm going to go with Gene Silva just for the funs of it, and just because I actually really do think Gene Silva is going to win. How old is Gene Silva? He's like 27, right? He's also going to be improving too, Gene Silva, every single training camp, and he's been active, and he's not coming off of a year layoff. And wait, is Bryce Mitchell coming off of a year layoff? Oh, he fought Kron Gracie. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about this fight. You can't blame me for forgetting about Kron Gracie versus Bryce Mitchell, though. You can't blame me for that, but he's coming off of a fight against Kron Gracie where he looked good. So, but it's Kron Gracie. Next, we have Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. I'm going to go with Yair Rodriguez. I think Patricio Pitbull is too old. He's in his late 30s. He's coming off of a loss, I'm pretty sure. Patricio's pretty short. I know, like, he's stocky, but he's still short. Coming off a loss, smaller than Yair. And he might be starting to fade a little bit because of his age. And he's coming off of a loss, and he's going to the UFC, fighting in the main card of a big pay-per-view. I don't know. It's tough for Pitbull, man. It's very tough. Now, could Pitbull maybe try to use his strength and try to hold Yair down for 2 rounds? It's possible. I mean, it's definitely a possibility, because I know Yair is definitely open to being held down, especially by a stocky guy like Patricio Pitbull. But it's not like Pitbull is like a super good grappler. Like, Yair is okay off of his back, and it's not like Pitbull. I don't know if is Pitbull Brian Ortega level, and even if Pitbull is Brian Ortega level, is Pitbull the size of Brian Ortega? He's definitely not the size of Brian Ortega. So I'm going with Yair. I'm going with Yair on this one. Yeah, Pitbull has a chance to win, but Pitbull's also very what is he? What's the word for it? He doesn't really throw that much either. He's very low output too. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with Yair. Next, we have Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes. Nikita is the kind of I'm forgetting the names of everything. Like, he's kind of like the dark horse. Yeah, he's like the dark horse of the light heavyweight division. Dominic Reyes is obviously on a winning streak again, and I don't really like Dominic Reyes' striking. Like, his striking didn't look that good against Anthony Smith, but since I'm such a big fan of Dominic Reyes, I kind of want to pick him, but I should probably pick Krylov. But to be fair, Dominic Reyes isn't a bad pick. Nikita Krylov is coming off of a 2-year layoff here. You know, I'm gonna go with Dominic Reyes. I know Krylov is very good, and he could mix it up too against Dominic Reyes, but I'm a big fan of Dominic Reyes, and I'm really banking on the 2-year layoff of Nikita Krylov. Next, we have Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson. I'm going to pick Dan Ige. This is just the kind of matchup I think he could win. Sean Woodson, he's pretty good. I like Sean Woodson, but he does gas out when you put pressure on him. Like, he does slow down, and he's kind of chinny at times. Like, he can get rocked, and Dan Ige is pretty good at pressure. He can pressure you, and he has some good power. So I'm going to go with Dan Ige. Next, we have Yang Xiaonan versus Virna Jandiroba. In a 3-rounder, I'm going to go with Virna Jandiroba all day, just because of her pressure and grappling. Some judges do like to score grappling and stuff like that, so I'm going to go with Virna Jandiroba. Next, we have Jim Miller, who is super built different to be fighting these high-level guys at lightweight and still be... I'm surprised he's still even in the conversation. Like, he's still competitive with these guys. And shout out to Jim Miller. This guy really is built different. And he's fighting Chase Hooper, who I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick Chase Hooper. He's going to be improving every single fight. He has so much potential. Jim Miller really isn't. And there is going to be a point where he's actually going to become washed. Like, I know Jim Miller isn't washed right now, but there is going to be a fight where he's going to look very bad and very washed. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chase Hooper. Next, we have Darren Elkins versus Juliano Rosa. I'm gonna go with Juliano Rosa. He's a little bit less old than Darren Elkins. Is very old, man. I can't pick Darren Elkins in 2025. I tried picking Darren Elkins back in 2024. It didn't work out, so I'm gonna pick Juliano Rosa. I can't pick Darren Elkins in 2025. Yeah, those are my picks for UFC 314. Let me know if you enjoyed me starting off from the main card and then going back down to the early prelims. Let me know if you enjoyed that, and yeah, I hope you guys have a great day.